Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel, I'll be providing some stock analysis and also an update on a $1 million challenge, so please stay tuned. Today's stock analysis is for Aehr Test Systems, ticker symbol AEHR. So this is a request from one of the Discord members, and we're also going to have a stock update on ticker symbol MMAT. However, before we move on to that, just a quick update on our $1 million challenge. Anybody's not joined us so far, click in the description below for details of the video explaining the $1 million challenge in detail. But if you have a quick look at the screen, the challenge is looking at moving $1,000 into $1 million over a period of 3 years, 201 trades at an average return of 3.5% per trade. We do take into account for losses, so each trade must give you a compound return with a compound return investment of 3.5%, and obviously if you have losses, then obviously it has to be made up, so it could be more than 201 trades. So 201 trades at an average of 3.5% return per trade. We have a special spreadsheet with chosen stocks. We are avoiding high risk penny stocks. We are avoiding many of the riskier stocks. We have a Discord community of over 200 currently working together as a team to share due diligence, to share trading tips and work together in our buys and sharing information to complete this journey from $1,000 to $1 million in 3 years. So if anybody's interested in joining this challenge, click in the description below. So we're going to first of all start by doing a stock update on ticker symbol MMAT. So in the previous video we looked at the infrastructure bill, which was in excess of $1 trillion, and we also looked at a potential benefit for MMAT. There were quite a few comments suggesting that this is not for foreign companies based in America. However, we have had confirmation here from George, who's tweeted. So if we have a look at the screen here, there was a question here from Juniper Jen, so shout out to Juniper, who says, does anybody know if the current US infrastructure bill has a policy that states they cannot give grants to companies like MMAT that is not in the US? Aside from the fact that MMAT has a building in the US, are still any doubters who cannot link any source to state otherwise. So basically what Juniper Jen is saying is, if this bill is not for non-US companies that are based in the US, then can we have evidence of that? So any input? So far I've not seen any evidence of this, and George has thrown his hat into the ring and he said we are eligible, and obviously that's a statement and an update from George. So if anybody does have information to the contrary in writing with a link, then obviously that would be welcome in the comments below. The next thing I'd like to look at is the chart for today for ticker symbol MMAT. We can see today was a red day after quite a few green days, so it was down just in excess of 7% at $3.37. So what was the consequence of this fall in the price today? So if you have a look at the screen now, we can see this is a report from Fintel. So as soon as the price dropped, we can see there are some very significant buys here, all dated 12th of August. So it looks like somebody wanted to invest in ticker symbol MMAT today and get the shares cheap. So we're looking at some of these people on the list. We have Simplex Trading, we have JP Morgan Chase and Company, we have Legal and General Group PLC, so big institutional buyers here. We have Advisory Services Network Limited Liability Company, we have HAP Trading LLC. So all of these have just recently invested in ticker symbol MMAT, and all of them have benefited from a much cheaper price. So I'll leave the question out there, why have they invested today and why has the price gone down? Maybe something else is going on. We have to wait and see. Okay, so we're going to move over to look at the profile for Aehr Test Systems, which is a stock analysis for today. And if we look at the screen here, in terms of the company profile, we can see they are engaged in the design, manufacture and marketing of test and burn-in products to the semiconductor manufacturing industry. So it's headquartered in California. They have just in excess of 71 full-time employees. They manufacture full water contact test systems, test during burn-in systems, test fixtures, die carriers and related accessories. So the company has had a tremendous run up in the charts, but before we look at that, let's also have a look at the company website. So if we head over to the investor relations page here and see what else we can pick up, we can see that Aehr Test Systems is also a worldwide provider for burning in and testing logic. They're involved in optical and memory integrated circuits. They've installed over 2,500 systems worldwide, looking at increased quality and reliability for the needs of the automotive and mobility integrated markets, and with new opportunities worldwide. So they're involved in lots of innovative projects, so certainly great potential for the future. So what I'd now like to do is have a look at the chart. So we're going to start by having a look at the 1 year chart. So we can see here over 1 year the stock has gone up a very impressive 173.46%. At one time it was trading just around $2, and then we can see the significant growth happened just prior to August 2021. So let's now have a look at the growth over the previous 6 months. Over the previous 6 months it's gone up a very impressive 76.99%. And more recently on the current week, it's now currently up in excess of 1.76%. So certainly a little bit of consolidation here, and I think we need to now look at why the stock has been going up so impressively for the year and for the 6 months. First thing I'd like to now draw your attention to is a headline here from Financial News, July 15, 2021, and the headline here is above pre-pandemic revenues in fourth quarter fiscal 2021 guides to 70% revenue growth year on year for fiscal year 2022 on strength from electric vehicle semiconductor test demand. So this is a great headline. It's showing that the revenue has gone up well in excess of 70%. So certainly demand for the business, its services and its products is growing at a very, very impressive rate. We can see net sales here were around about $7.6 million, up 102% from a previous $3.8 million. So certainly very, very impressive. Net income was just $567,000. So again, good figures here, and the potential for the future certainly looks impressive, especially in terms of demand from electric vehicle industries for semiconductors. So great potential here for the business. Let's now have a look at a headline from Investor Place, and the headline we can see here is AEHR stock, the news that has Aehr Test Systems soaring and investors smiling. So what is the key thing that we can pick up from here? And we can see here that the stock has been soaring. It's obviously we've just seen the earnings, so they were very positive, but also what we can see here is that the business is benefiting immensely from the semiconductor shortage, and that shortage is something that is worldwide. So great potential here for the business. Everything in the tech saturated lives makes use of chips, and in terms of the business is looking at opportunities in the car industry, the EV industry, new computers, appliances. So production is slowing down. We are seeing that. So certainly looks like ticker symbol AEHR is very, very well placed as one of the few companies here to benefit from this frenzy and this demand. So possibly a great stock to hold for the future. And the final headline I'd like to share with you now is from Globe Newswire. We can see here the headline is Aehr receives $10.8 million order for production test and burn-in of silicon carbide power semiconductors for electric vehicles. So great headline here, and the key thing I can also pick up from here is this order is actually from a customer that is a Fortune 500 supplier of semiconductor devices with a significant customer base in the automotive semiconductor market. So great headline here, great customer. In terms of orders, more orders like these are certainly going to act as potential future catalysts. So I think the potential for this stock for the long term is definitely strong. And finally, if we look at a potential target price for this stock, ticker symbol AEHR, we can see that today the stock was down in excess of 4.6% at $5.77. But certainly if I was considering an investment in this stock, I would certainly look for a pullback anywhere close to $5.30, and I would also consider holding this for the medium to long term. I certainly think the potential is good. We can see over the 6 months and over the 1 year, the stock has certainly been very impressive. Earnings were strong, and I certainly expect earnings to be strong again next year. The demand for its products is going to grow, especially in terms of shortages that we know are involved in the electric vehicle market, and so great potential for the business. So consider any investment in here around $5.30. So thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned and click in the description below for details of the $1 Million Challenge.